What's up, everybody out there in YouTube land? Welcome to another Geek Alley. And I'm going to put this under Fresh Take. So we are doing a Fresh Take anime edition. If you caught our last one with me and Shep, we did a Dragon Ball Super anime edition, and we're doing another one today. And this time we got with us the Game I Did guy as well.
You know, I've been showing up here a lot.
Yeah, man.
I think I have an opinion on everything. Maybe I need to learn to shut up.
You got too much damn opinion, fool.
Works for me. But
you know how the world is about opinions. That's all.
What we're gonna hit on today in this little short time, because I don't want to have this too long. But what we're gonna talk about today is on the most recent episode of Dragon Ball Super. Goku and company are back on Earth, and they got to get their fighters. They only have like a day and a half to get their team together for this Super Smash Bros. Tournament. I mean, Battle Royal tournament. they have to do for the Tournament of Power. So what I want to do is get you guys' thoughts on, because we already know who's going to be in there from Universe 7. It's all in the freaking intro.
Advertising.
Advertising like a champ. So my question to you guys is, what do you think Krillin is going to pull out? Because apparently they've been building Krillin up to do something at this tournament. So we know he's in. What do you think he's going to be? And who do you think is going to be one of the last people standing with Goku when this thing is heading toward its end? So I'm going to start with you, Andre.
Oh, okay. As far as his new move, gosh, man, that's something hard to think about. Because Krillin is one of them creative types when it comes to fighting. Because you think about, he has that move where he can shoot a blast and then throw it in the air and scatter the explosions. And he has the destructive disc or the Kienzan, whichever name you want to call it by. He uses Tien's move a lot.
Well, he's bald. Might as well. Yeah.
It's one thing I kind of wonder if he's gonna like combine the after image technique with something else and make a new move out of that.
I was thinking along those same lines because they kept showing it Sunday.
Yeah. Oh, see, we all have the same thought.
Yeah.
I'm be like, yo,
Yeah.
when they showed that little thing on Sunday, I was like, oh damn. Okay, sorry.
But as far as who's going to be last standing with Goku, probably, oddly enough, probably Krillin or Tien. I have a feeling it might be them, or maybe even Piccolo. But comedy's sake, I say Master Roshi.
Master Roshi, okay. all right. I can deal with that. Shep.
Okay. I have similar thoughts. I'm almost sounds like I'm copying Andre, but Krillin, I figure he's gonna have at least two techniques, and one of them is clearly gonna be some type of variation of the after image technique. Also, you gotta keep in mind, people keep on forgetting, he just recently powered up. So I wouldn't be surprised if he pull out some type of pseudo Kaioken-ish type of attack. A superhuman. I don't know what the hell to call it, but
Can I just interject something right quick?
Go for it.
People need to understand one very important thing. If you go back to the Namek saga back in Dragon Ball Z, there is one thing that happens with Krillin, and he gets his potential unlocked. When he got his potential unlocked, that means his ceiling does not exist anymore. Tien and Yamcha, them, they still have a ceiling. Krillin doesn't. That's why Krillin, during the Buu series, it was basically not as much implied, but you got the feeling Krillin had the power of a normal Super Saiyan. But when you saw who they were fighting against, it made him still look weak. Krillin hadn't been weak.
They just made it look that way in comparison to the others. But his current average level before he did that special training trip with Goku is just above Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind. And he just got a recent power boost. And he's probably learned a couple new techniques.
Or creative.
People be sleeping on Krillin. Exactly. And that's a creative cat. He's going to come up with some stuff.
Yeah.
Because you got to remember, if you go all the way back to Dragon Ball, Krillin was a tricky little, when they were training, what?
Oh, yeah.
The stuff they came up with, yo, people forget. Krillin's always been sneaky.
Let's not even go all the way back at the beginning of Dragon Ball.
And that's why I gotta say, jokes aside, I mean, I did joke about Roshi as well. I think he's gonna get far, but I think Krillin is definitely gonna be one of the last three of their universe to make it, because he's gotten a lot stronger, and he was always strong. He might have been strong as the Saiyans, but he is the strongest human
on Earth.
On Earth. You guys need to get over yourselves on that. Krillin is the strongest human. If you follow the series and pay close attention, Krillin is the strongest. Tien is chasing his ass, but Krillin is the strongest.
Yep.
So unless Tien comes up with some new stuff behind the scenes that we haven't seen yet, Krillin is the strongest human, hands down. What was I going to say? Okay, he's tricky, he's powerful. He's going to be close to the end if he doesn't make it to the end. I highly vote towards Krillin being one of them. Piccolo has so many variations of technique. I mean, it's hard to say it because there's Krillin, there's Piccolo, Master Roshi in that turtle shell, man. I mean, he could just hop in that shell and spin around, you know, Smash Brothers, just knock everybody off. Basically. But let me stop trolling. Let's see.
Not even talk about like 17 and 18 and all their team up moves that are going to happen.
Exactly. The way they fade in and out, they disappear and reappear on the sides, and yeah, because remember, this ain't all about power. This is all about technique. This is basically Smash Brothers.
Yeah,
technique and strategy.
The only way you win is throwing somebody off the side. Smash Brothers.
Yeah, you knock them out, you still got to put them off the side.
Yeah, you still got to put them off the side. Smash Brothers.
This is Smash Brothers Dragon Ball style. So
yeah,
you guys got to keep that in mind. Power helps, but at the end of the day, it's come down to sneakiness and technique.
Yeah.
Okay, and what was the last one? Technique. Okay, yeah, that's it. I got it both.
Well, here's what I think is going to wind up. I think it's going to wind up being, honestly, to stand with Goku, I think it's going to wind up being Krillin, Vegeta, Piccolo. I think Tien and Roshi are probably going to get dropped off, but not before taking people with them.
Especially Tien's crazy behind.
See, I thought of that too, but it's just too predictable. I don't know if he.
Well, the reason why I say that is because we all saw that intro where we saw that woman that turned into Broly. I think that's what.
No, the funny thing is, I have a feeling she's gonna get taken out by a weaker character.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah,
that's what I'm thinking. What's gonna wind up happening? It's gonna be one of those Tien Roshi moments.
Hell, it might be Roshi.
She's gonna plow through some folks, and then she's gonna get tricked and fly right off.
Yep. Because ever since they said how the tournament was set up, when it was basically it's like Smash Bros. I'm like, yeah, Goku ain't gonna excel at this unless it's a one-on-one fight. So that's how I know it's gonna come down to him and Jiren the Gray. It's gonna come down to them two by themselves, because of the simple fact that Goku does not excel. He's too stupid. He did.
No. Anything outside of fighting, I would say you're right.
No, I'm just saying though. Even in the tournament, he said because Beerus got mad at him, and Goku's like, "What are you mad about? We got Gohan. He'll think of something." I'm like, dude, what the?
But that's outside of fighting. He wasn't being serious, and you also have to keep in mind, Goku's also a sneaky bastard. People forgot about that.
Oh yeah, he is. He is.
Goku be coming up with some stuff.
Yeah. So I think it'll be interesting because I actually think this is gonna be one of them things. So remember in the first beginning of the series, Whis always told Vegeta and Goku they need to work together. I think what's gonna wind up happening is they're not gonna have a choice.
They're gonna have to team up and wreck some people.
Yeah, they ain't gonna have a choice. They're not gonna have a choice in the matter, and that's what I think. Like, because especially with Bulma giving birth, and Vegeta's gonna find out what really happened. Vegeta's gonna find out what the deal that's been made, and he ain't gonna like it.
Oh no, he's. But Bulma got the easiest childbirth in history.
Yes, so I can see Vegeta getting real pissed real quick when he finds out what happened. When he finds out the truth of why this tournament and why they got to win. So I think that's what's going to finally make him and Goku have to team up. But when it comes down to him and Jiren, it's going to be between Goku and Jiren.
Yeah, they kind of gave it away on the intro.
Yeah, they gave it away on the intro. I think that's what it's going to wind up coming down to. I like that they're actually making Gohan a Saiyan for the again, but I just don't see him. I think he's too rusty to actually stay in.
Well, they do have the Room of Spirit and Time.
Yeah, they should still get a couple hours in.
So they could put a day in there and everybody get a year of training.
Yeah,
refreshing.
From the looks of it, they look like they're gonna need it for Universe 11. And as much as I like Universe 6, Champa's universe, the only two I really like on there is Cabo, the kid, the Saiyan kid, and Hit. I can care less about the rest of them. Really.
Yeah.
So, and I think we're all on the same page. Hit's gonna get taken out.
Oh, they can't afford to keep hitting.
Yeah. So, but I do think Hit takes somebody with him. That's why I think he's gonna want to be in Toppa, because I think he's gonna take Toppa with him.
He's gonna take at least one or two people.
Yeah,
think about it. His technique, where he basically kind of sort of freezes time.
Yeah.
He could technically clear that whole stage by himself. They're gonna find a way to stop that technique, of course. That's gonna be mostly Goku's doing.
Yeah, because Goku pretty much that's pretty much his thing, and that would make sense when they showed that episode when he hired Hit.
He's a nut, man. I swear.
That was too funny.
I was like, oh my goodness, Goku, really, dude?
Yeah.
But it paid off.
Yeah, it did. It did.
Still stupid as all hell, but it paid off.
Yeah, especially when you know how he doesn't miss. So that's the interesting thing. Now, when it comes down to this actual tournament, I actually have a couple ideas of why this tournament set up the way it is. And one, like in the animated, Grand Prix pretty much says that they had always planned to get rid of the lower level universes anyway, because Zeno had pretty much said there's too many universes. I don't believe that. I believe there's somebody that they're trying to draw out. And that's why this is when Goku came back and asked for a tournament because he was bored. That's why they decided to set it up the way they decided to set it up.
Yeah, because honestly, that's just so simple and straightforward. There has to be more to that story. I'm with you on that theory of yours.
And there's no, because if that's the case, why not just set it up bracket wise? Why do a battle royale? You do a battle royale. You do a battle royale. You're trying to pull somebody. You're trying to get somebody to show their intentions.
Yes.
Yeah. Also, Zeno likes action, so the chaos would probably be more interesting.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I'm thinking that's the Grand Prix idea, though. The Battle Royale is the Grand Prix idea.
That is true. That does sound some. That Grand Prix. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. So somebody and for me, I just don't trust them cats from Universe 11. They too much getting you for me.
The Pride Troopers.
Without being funny, like the getting you for fun.
You know something though? Know something I noticed though?
What?
With Toppo's poses, his poses were just like Ginyu's.
I know. Just like it. So
wait, that's Ginyu's pose.
Literally.
I don't trust anybody that does stuff like that in the Dragon Ball universe.
What about
I don't trust anybody like that.
What about Gohan is Great Saiyan Man?
I don't trust him. Well, I don't trust him either. I mean, okay, this is a little bit funny because this was actually a filler episode. But the funniest thing was when Goku, when they went to go see that movie, and Goku was like, "I was bored. This was boring."
He couldn't pay attention to the story of the movie. Well. Punched him in the back of the damn head.
You're supposed to like it even if it's boring. That's your son. And I'm like, God dang. So,
human,
yeah.
but she a tough human.
basically. But
I want to see her transform and kick butt.
They need to. No, I'm not gonna say that. But on the whole subject of 17 and 18, it's gonna be interesting to see them fight, especially 17, because we haven't seen 17 in years. So it's gonna be interesting.
They do keep his profile updated though. Dude's a park ranger.
Yeah,
with the wife and kids.
Yeah, I finally noticed that too. So I'm like, because they never, like, even in the beginning of Dragon Ball Super, they didn't talk about him. I think they mentioned him in passing.
They mentioned him in passing like they did with Oob.
Yeah, but other than that, they mentioned enough to let you know he was alive.
But he's alive and kicking. He's well. But that's about it.
I mean, because if that was the case, they should have brought him for that other tournament they did earlier in the series. But whatever, it is what it is. So I actually think that they're gonna probably have not a big part, but I think they'll probably take out a nice little chunk of people. The thing is, I'm kind of wondering who they're gonna have, who like Piccolo is gonna kind of like face off against, because we do see a couple of different people from the intro that we haven't met yet. So, but they don't show anybody trying to like going after Piccolo. They kind of show Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, and they show Krillin a little bit. So we know those are probably gonna be the main people getting like extensive fights, I guess.
You're gonna have to showcase a little bit of something.
Yeah, because I'm sorry, Akira Toriyama said this out of his own mouth that Piccolo is his favorite character. So yes, the black person is his favorite character. So that being said,
I don't know. He might be Arab. Looking at his outfit, just saying.
I'm just saying he's black. Everybody been saying that for years. He black. So that being said, I'm actually kind of interested in seeing what but Piccolo's gonna do, because rumor has it for like a couple months it was rumored that he was due for an upgrade, for a power boost. So
that's still been floating around.
Yep, that's the rumor.
So, and we haven't seen him pretty much, because he was quiet during the whole Goku Black thing with Future Trunks. He was pretty much quiet during that whole arc, which I still like that arc. That arc is like probably one of my favorite from this series so far.
Piccolo was quiet with the exception of showing how to perform the Mafuba, and
that's it. But that was just an episode.
Yeah, that was one episode. He popped up every now and again to have conversations with them while they were strategizing the battle plan and shit.
But he didn't go with him, and he didn't, which was I found to be odd, because like I said, he's like one of the major players in the Dragon Ball series, and just like he didn't care to go. So I'm hoping.
I think you could chop that one up to being Vegeta's pride and his desire to want to kill Goku Black.
That too. that too. But I'm actually looking forward to this, because Piccolo actually is my favorite character, actually.
Mine too.
So I would love to see him get his just due and let him show out a little bit.
Look, if they make him pull out a Super Namekian God form, I will be happy.
I wonder how that would look.
Look up on Dragon Ball Online. I think it has. It's either Dragon Ball Online or Dragon Ball Heroes. Look one of those up.
Is that the one?
It looks really cool.
That's the one with the Namekians.
Is that the one that Akira Toriyama actually signed off on?
That I don't know.
And is the one that Akira Toriyama had involvement with the story. Yeah.
But I will say
Dragon Ball Hero. Dragon Ball Hero.
I'm like you too. Krillin is my favorite character, you bastards.
I am gonna have to check it out.
Y'all sleeping on that little derpy monk.
No, I ain't sleeping on Krillin. Just that he's not my favorite.
I mean, I like Krillin. I like Krillin. I know how powerful he is, because a lot of people hate on Krillin for like, to me, like, no reason really.
People hate. Look,
that's partially why I became a fan of him, because my personality by now. When I see something being treated unfairly, I research. And I look deep into his character. I'm like, old boy's not that bad.
Like, you look at his character, you will not run up on him.
No, you wouldn't.
Which is why it still makes no sense how that bullet grazed them, but whatever. I know that was more for the
Okay, but
storyline.
look, they did the exact same thing with Goku 2 episodes later. I mean,
yeah,
That is true. That
they
is
were
true.
basically trying to say that both of them got accustomed to like civilian life and not,
they were rusty.
Yeah, they got rusty. They didn't keep their guard up. And
but
it also shows that they're not indestructible per se. They have to reinforce their bodies with ki to be indestructible.
yeah,
So
Yeah.
that means they could still be assassinated. Haha.
which the reason why they don't do it is because if they do that, they'll walk around killing people by accident.
Yeah, they
True.
would.
So
Because there actually was an issue
walk
about
into a
that
grocery
similar.
store, you accidentally bump into an old lady and she died. I wouldn't want that on my conscience.
yes,
No, I think it was something. I think it had to. Was it with the Super Saiyan Man arc? There was one arc where, like, because of the indestructibility, somebody almost got hurt. So they're now more aware of it. Like there was.
yeah, it was
Was it
it was after the Super Saiyan arc. It was actually during Cell
okay?
during that break.
Okay, yeah. Because I'm like, I remember they were like shopping or something.
Yeah,
Okay. See, so
They-
all
I
right.
think that was Gohan.
all of them that was going to be in the Cell games had to keep their key up, so
Yeah.
they were doing it all day long. And yeah, that's why they don't do it in their normal lives. Because if they do, you know,
And
regular
accidents
people
can
can't
get
handle
ugly.
it. Yeah. Regular normal people cannot handle them. They either they'll pass out or normal people can't handle being around as strong as they are. Because you got to think about it. Outside of maybe Tien and Master Roshi, they're all planet destroyers.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
even count them as planet destroyers.
Yeah,
Roshi
'cause
was the damn moon in Dragon Ball.
And think about it.
I'm talking about like like Krillin, Piccolo, Vegeta, Gohan, Goku, Goten, and Trunks, 17, 18. They could do it with a finger.
They could literally just punch their finger into the ground and just literally rip up just damn.
Yeah, that's what I mean when I say like their planet destroyed. Like Tien, he probably had to expend a whole lot of ki to do that. So would
And
Master
you have to
Roshi.
like aim for the core of Earth or some type of
Yeah.
crazy mess.
Like they wouldn't have to. They could do that. They could do it like Frieza did it. Basically,
Yeah.
put their hand on the ground and boom. So that's what I mean by like.
Well, no, I don't think Krillin could literally destroy it. Maybe a chunk of the world and then it'll explode.
I think
Sorry,
Krillin
I'm being
because
too
you
detailed.
gotta remember if you were strong, a Super Saiyan could do that.
Oh yeah, well okay, yeah, good point. When you put it that way, that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, he don't. Of course, he doesn't glow or anything like that. He ain't Bruce Leroy or nothing. But I mean, he does have that ability to do that. So when you put it on that level, you're like, okay, yeah, they're all like damn near planet destroyers, give or take. So it's gonna be interesting. Plus, seeing and that's the last thing I want to talk about. Fat Boo, is he gonna be the first one to go off?
I don't know. No, he's kind of hard to. Well, actually, out of their team, yeah, out of their team, I think he'll be the first one. He's too simple-minded.
Yeah, that's why like it's kind of a mistake to have him on the team. And I understand why, because he's straight power, but at the same time, he is and Mr. Satan ain't gonna be down there, so he can't use that as fuel to fight.
Yeah, if anything, now that you think of it, when you put it that way, should swap him out for the kids.
Yeah, I mean, because at least the kids, you can talk to them and tell them what the plan is.
Yep.
And they'll probably, and more than likely, they'll follow it. I mean,
yeah,
they'll follow it better than their daddies would.
True.
Because they're used to working together.
Yeah, actually,
They do it all the time.
yeah, and when you put it that way, actually, they should have just taken out like Boo and maybe one of the other humans, and put those two in because they're tricky. They're tricky little brats. They're very powerful, and they have excellent teamwork.
And on top of that, people always underestimate them because they're young.
Yep.
People think
Which
that
reminds me, they should be teenagers by now. Just saying.
that's
But
like
we
a
have
whole
to-
other
we-
hour.
Yeah,
of
we,
review.
yeah, we'll talk about that another time.
Yeah, but yeah, because I was going because I watched a YouTube vid. I forgot the guy's name, but he actually broke it down. I'm like, dude, you are actually right.
You talking about Quaman?
He'll be 7 and 8.
He's talking about Kwame probably. I listen to his videos from time to time.
Yeah,
He's a cool dude. He's like a Dragon Ball expert, supposedly.
because he was breaking down like this should be at least like 6 or 7 years after the end of the Buu saga, at least.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
13 and 14 at
the youngest.
at the youngest, because freaking Pan has been born. So you got to remember at the end of the Buu, not at the end of the Buu series, but at the end of where they actually ended the fight, Gohan is still in high school. He ain't married Videl yet. So they should not still be looking 7 and 8. And I'll leave it at that. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, because I'm like, I know,
on their part.
like I'm like, I know Saiyans age slowly, but I mean, if Gohan's aging normally, shouldn't they?
Yeah, they shouldn't age normally. So I kind of understand.
The theory is they want to appeal to kids, so they have to have at least 1 or 2 kid characters or some nonsense.
And we all know that Pan is just a baby, so they ain't gonna show.
I think this version of Pan is going to be much powerful than the GT version.
Oh yeah, because the actual author is having control over this. But that being
hopefully
said,
they do the same for Bruh.
I don't know what
strong female Saiyans, damn it.
Yeah, because she should be able to go Super Saiyan though.
She should have, but she didn't.
No, I mean, well,
currently
it depends because we don't know when Goten and Trunks was actually able to go. They just did it one day.
That's true.
So we don't know.
You never know. Because she could power up and fly already, so
the potential is there.
I will say this: it's going to be actually nice to actually see a female Saiyan go super because we haven't seen one.
Yeah,
I have a feeling that it's going to be Pan that does it first, though.
No, I mean in this arc. Remember in this arc?
Oh, you talking about yeah.
At this tournament, we're going to see a female Saiyan go super, and
we're not going to see just a female Saiyan go super. We're going to see a female Saiyan go legendary.
Yeah. So, and this is going to be interesting because I want to see what happens when Blue tangles with legendary. This time it should be a better fight.
Actually, Blue should win that out automatically. But depends on how strong she is.
Because legendary is just under Saiyan 3, right?
No, I think so. Actually, it's technically under 2, but
well, the way Broly fought though, Broly, he kept growing in power.
Yeah,
the longer he kept
growing. Yeah, he's kind of like the Hulk in that regard. So.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but it's gonna be nice actually seeing that because, like I said, we don't see female Saiyans that often, or at all, unless it's a flashback. Unless it is a flashback. They have shown like little flashbacks of like Planet Vegeta and all that.
Yeah.
So we'd see them then, but we didn't see nothing significant. So
no.
Looking forward to that. So
and that got squashed by Frieza because it was just so happens that he didn't want to lose his power and he realized they was getting stronger.
I mean,
and then the retcon line is that Beerus told him to do it.
Well, the funny thing about that whole line, because I actually liked how they did that, but Beerus was supposed to kill Frieza too.
Yeah, he was, but
he was supposed to kill both. He was supposed to kill that planet. So
Goku got to him before he could.
And that's what people don't realize. I'm like, that's actually a good retcon. That actually makes sense, unlike some of the other nonsense.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like how Potara fusion isn't permanent anymore for non-mortal?
Yeah, like the only way it's permanent is if you're a god now. I'm like, okay.
I mean, that didn't bother me so much is that they were supposed to have an hour worth of time and they only got 5 minutes.
Because yeah.
But like if we're gonna make it, we're gonna have the fusion.
Like really,
we're gonna have the fusion exist, and it's supposed to stay better than the finger fusion. Let them keep the time limit. Let the time limit be the thing that sticks.
Well, either that or make it where if they did go Super Saiyan Blue, it'd be like when Gotenks go Super Saiyan 3 and it's only like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Or something like that. They should do it like that.
Then cut the hour to half an hour.
Yeah. Just because because that part, the retcons on here kind of make sense, kind of don't.
Some do, some don't. Yeah.
It just
I have a
depends on
crazy
what you fall
thought, gentlemen.
And then the manga has a whole other set of retcons. And it's just like,
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys already thought about this before me, but Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan God fusion. Just saying. Just saying.
Okay.
Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan God fusion time.
Well, all I know is we know that that's not going to be able to happen in this.
No. We all know that ain't happening. There's no enemy that strong yet.
Yeah, I mean, and
Maybe when they fight the peace. Oh, sorry.
the only reason why they did it before was because technically the other guy did it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not. I don't think that's going to come into play this time. At least I hope not.
No, honestly, jokes aside, it was just a random thought. I could care less.
Yeah, it's funny though because like when you see stuff like that, you wonder if they're going to do it again, but then you realize that character is way too OP.
Yeah, he's pointless unless there's a ridiculously OP character shows up.
Yeah. So that's just the ridiculousness of the ridiculousness, but that we all love from Dragon Ball anyway. So, but that does it for this little fresh take on Dragon Ball Super. Trust me, we will be doing more of these. I think the next one we're gonna have to do probably when the tournament actually starts, depending on how many episodes we got in between. It just depends. So,
probably give us like 3 episodes.
yeah, basically. So let us know what you think in the comments. Who do you think is going to be still standing with Goku? Do you think Piccolo and Krillin or any of the lesser characters going to stay longer? Do you think that somebody on from Universe 11 is the true bad guy? Let us know in the comments. And thanks for watching. Andre, you got anything you want to pimp out before you leave?
That Super Mario video game idea that I'm doing, and that will be this week.
Okay.
That's about it.
All right. Shep, you got anything you want to pimp out?
2 videos, one gaming, one life, and also our OGAL, whatever, the OGAL, or whatever the heck you want to call it. Basically, the new revamped Gamers at Large podcast should be going either Wednesday or Thursday. We'll probably put out a post first, letting you guys know.
Okay.
And it's gonna be interesting.
All right.
That's it.
Well, that's it for us. I'll probably have a couple gameplay videos up. I'm still working on some other stuff. Still working on my actual logo and stuff like that. So hopefully I'll come to a decision sometime this week, hopefully, and I'll let you guys see it at some point. But that's gonna do it for this episode of Fresh Take. I will see you guys later. Peace out.
Peace.